Ethan Dotson saw his hauler and pit box vandalized while he was racing for the win at East Alabama Motor Speedway during the preliminary race on Saturday night for the National 100. I wrote this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. And that hauler and pit box were vandalized following a hard battle with Garrett Smith for the lead early on in the race. And interestingly enough, Smith would leave later that night and would not compete in the National 100 on Sunday. So make of that what you will. But let's get into this right here. So early in the race, Dotson closed in on Smith and attempted to pull a slider on him, but ran out of room and clipped Smith's hood. The contact sent Dotson over the berm, while Smith maintained the lead. After a couple of cautions, Dotson would take the lead from Smith during a restart and never looked back, taking home the win, while Smith would have an issue with his car and go over the berm coming out of turn 2 with 39 laps remaining in the 50-lap feature. He would eventually finish in 20th, 19 laps down. We can take a look at this right here real quick. Here we go. You can see there, Dotson gets right to his door coming out of turn 4. Smith pulls away on the front stretch. Dotson tries to get the slider, completely misjudges it, jumps up over Smith's hood, gets sent over the berm, but Smith continues going. He's got to hold off a charge there from Mark Whitener. And again, he would continue for a number of laps here in the lead. As I said, there would be a couple of restarts, and then Dotson here, I think, would claim the lead. Let's see. Jump ahead here. Here you go. He gets a really good run on the outside here and would get the lead over Smith here. He gives him a little shot there as well in the caboose. Gets that high line through 1 and 2. Motors on by on the outside. And then with Dotson taking the lead, Smith would have an issue here coming out of turn 2 a little bit later on. And you'll see him jump the berm here. Looks like the car is still running really well. And then there he is right there. Unable to make the left turn, I guess. Not really sure what exactly happened, but clearly went up and over the berm. And that would pretty much end his night. Like I said, finished in 20th, 19 laps down. Dotson addressed the contact with Smith after the race, saying, "I hate what happened with Garrett down there. I mean, I was to his door and trying to clear him on a slider, and I hit that slime down there on the inside of turn 1 and just stopped, and we got together. It was my fault. I apologize. Crap happens." As for Smith, he shared his reaction with dirtondirt.com. He says, to sum it up, Ethan drove over his head and attempted a completely unnecessary slide job on lap 6 and knocked my nose off. Never in a million years would he have cleared me. My front tires were rubbing the nose of my car from the contact, which I couldn't steer after that, which put me out of the race. So he clearly was able to steer, though, for a little bit, but it does look like he did have issues there coming out of turn 2 when he eventually went up and over the berm. So maybe eventually something did indeed break that had been damaged due to the contact with Dotson there early in the race. Following the conclusion of the race, Jacqueline Rumley reported this on X. She says, "Well, this is not good. During the race, Dotson's trailer and pit box were vandalized in the pits. There are about 4 sheriffs over here now, questioning any possible witnesses. Not cool." We then got a video shared by ASD Motorsports' Tyler Austin Brashears, who is a part of Dotson's team. And he said that their crew was able to repair the pit box, but a glass window was still broke on the trailer. They were making some fun of it here with one of the guys like putting his hand through it. There it is. There's the hole. And then Ethan Dotson, I think that was Ethan giving a thumbs up right there. So you can see the hole there. Pretty significant hole in that trailer there. According to dirtondirt.com, the battle on the track boiled over into the pits. This is what they reported. Smith and his crew were questioned and reportedly had one of their ATVs impounded, but no charges were filed, and Smith's team loaded up, left the track. Furthermore, it reported Smith didn't comment when asked about his team's involvement in the post-race situation. We also had confirmation from Jacqueline Rumley that Dotson did indeed leave the track. She said, for inquiring minds, Garrett Smith is pulling out of East Alabama Motor Speedway right now, and he did not compete on Sunday night, last night, for the National 100, which was won by Tyler Erb. So it looks like, based on Dirt on Dirt's reporting, that Smith's team was clearly involved in vandalizing the trailer there for Ethan Dotson, as well as the pit box. So make of that what you will. I think that's absolutely uncalled for. Sure, it was a bad move. He apologized for it. He admitted it. These things happen. Garrett Smith has done the same thing. How many times have we seen really close slide jobs this year with Ricky Thornton Jr. and Bobby Pierce, especially in those Castrol Flow Racing Night in America races? That's racing. And sometimes you misjudge it. I mean, this is a game of not even inches. We're talking about like centimeters here when it comes to a lot of these slide jobs. And he clearly misjudged it. He also says he got down in that slime, and that obviously messed up his calculations, and he got into him there, if you believe what Dotson was saying. Now, obviously, you could say that he was trying to make it tighter than it was. You could say maybe he was doing that on purpose. But again, that is part of racing. And obviously, it stings. It sucks. But you don't go out and destroy someone's hauler. That's just absolutely uncalled for. If anything, you deal with it as a man, face to face in the pits, and handle it that way. And then if push comes to shove, you let them know that is uncalled for. We know racers have a long memory, and they might do something later on down the line. When maybe Ethan Dotson looks like he might have a win in the books or something like that, and maybe you get him back there. That's usually what we see. We do not see people damaging the haulers. I think it's just better to either talk it out or obviously settle it with fisticuffs rather than doing anything on the track. Obviously, that is looked down upon now by much of society. I think to the detriment of society, where we aren't able to kind of settle differences like that anymore. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.